So your research project outline is due soon, but we're not going to freak out. When I evaluate your outline, here's what I'm going to be looking for. First, I want to know your content. What information are you going to include? You've been doing a lot of research, so now what are you going to say in your research project? Your organization of your information I want to know about. Where are you going to say what? What will the chronology or the order, the structure of your ideas be? Lastly, I want to know which sources you're going to be citing within your paper. Do you have 7 sources to cite from, and do you know where in your paper you'll be citing them? Those are the criteria I'm going to base your grade on for the outline. Regarding your content, there's a whole lot of ground you can cover. Obviously, facts about your protest or movement or demonstration, background info on the social conditions or the personalities that contributed to your topic, the effects your topic had on those who came after it, the continued relevance of your topic. Maybe your topic occurred quite some time ago, but we're still dealing with its effects and its ideas today. All of these are potential areas for your content to be developed. However, this year there is one mandatory area that I want everybody to address in their papers. We're going to call that area My Connection to the Topic. For this part of your project, this is one place where your opinion matters, your point of view matters. After you've given all the information you found, I'd like you to talk about where and how you relate to this topic. So we've picked some pretty controversial topics, and you might even be researching a topic you don't agree with. But a big goal for this assignment was to find moments of empathy, compassion, or at least a willingness to listen. At the end of this research unit, whether you're a fan of your topic or you can't support it, you ought to be able to say, this statistic made me think, or this quote gave me something that I agreed with. So you're going to speak in your research project about that, and your outline would be a good place to get into that. Students have a lot of questions about the format I expect for their outline. The good news is you have a lot of flexibility with that. If you like using the standard outline format with Roman numerals and numbers and letters, you go ahead and do that. If you want to be a little less formal about it and just do bullet points to explain where you're going to say what and the research you're going to include, that's fine too. Some students feel best about their pre-writing if they just start drafting. So if you want to use your outline as a draft, go ahead and get started with that. Just make sure you're including your content, your organization, and your sources. Beyond that, if you have your own style you want to use, as long as you can show me your content, your organization, and your sources, talk to me about it and we'll see if we can make some other format work for you. My preference, though, would be to have something typed so I've got a good chance of being able to read what you have to say. So here's how I'm going to evaluate the presence of your sources in your outline. You're going to give your content, you're going to give your information, and then after you give that information, provide the first element from your works cited, whether it's an author's last name or the name of the article. Whatever the first part of the entry is on your works cited, on your bibliography, give that, and then give the paragraph number from within the article where you found it. Or some sources don't work very well with paragraphs because maybe it's a graph or it's a table or something. Then put in that mark N.PAG, which means no page number available. But that's what I'm going to be looking for. The first element from the works cited and about where I can find it within that works cited. And then the last area of concern students have is, how long should this thing be? Well, there's no right answer, but a pretty good rule of thumb is this. If you have written in some sort of outline format, like a formal outline or bullet points, I think if your outline is about half the required length of your paper, that's a sign that you're in the ballpark. It's not a perfect guideline, but it's a pretty good sign. Okay, guys, do your very best with this, because the more organized and the more precise your outline can be, the easier it's going to be to write this paper. You're going to be able to fly on autopilot when you're tired if you've got a good outline. So really dedicate the time with this. Remember, this year, we are playing chess instead of checkers. We're thinking strategically. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.